Well, I pray that this is new territory for you. I pray that I'm an ample conduit for that which wants to be shared and spoken in this moment through the one life that unabashedly gives to itself. For this topic is dear to my heart, and it's been my greatest journey. And boy, that journey's still going, thank God, because I'm still breathing. So that means it's got to still be going. Because really, I'm here to tell you, there's no place like home. I don't have red sparkly shoes. Because I don't want them. I have gold sparkly shoes. I guess I could have wore them. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Take it for someone that's not home much this year. Home. Just breathe in. There's nothing like coming home after you've been away. Yes? It's comfortable. It's peaceful. It's inviting. What other words are you ready to throw out describing home? Put them in the chat. Put them in the sanctuary. What words would describe home to you? Cool. Great. Thank you for participating. Now, I want you to think for a moment, and I want you to think about your childhood home. How was it? I didn't ask for participation, but go ahead. Come on, bring it on. Hit me with it. How was it? Really, honestly. I heard some stressful, anxiety, hard, difficult, crowded, bittersweet. You know, in the decades I've been on this planet and inquiring and listening to people, what I know is most people come from somewhat of a challenging home, right? In one shape, form, or another. Maybe it was alcohol abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, sexual abuse, lock and key kids, any lock and key kids, you know, so that the parents were trying to make ends meet. And so maybe it was parents worked a lot or whatever it was. Shuffled between houses, raised by grandparents, whatever, right? Here's what I know. I know that as children, we really didn't have any control over our childhood home, did we? Not much. We didn't. What I know is, as adults, we do. We are causal. We have control over our home as adults. Now that you've been thinking about that and got that, I'd like for you to not think of home as a particular place. I want you to be with the fact that home is found within us, each of us. Home. This, because I'm more than the body, this is home. This is home. I like to say, well, wherever you go, there you are. Home is everywhere you are. Wherever I go, there I am. And whether you're at home within yourself or not, the inner space is like constantly present. It's just always there. And then I want you to think about, is this home, especially as an adult, since we can control it, is this home within you comfortable? Is it peaceful? Is it inviting? Is it an inner sanctuary? Is it prison? Or is it living hell at times? You don't have to participate. Just participate within yourself. Is it anxious? Is it stressful? These same words we heard about our childhood home. Is it critical? Is it supportive? Is it loving? You can participate if you want to. You don't have to. But what words would you describe as the inner home within yourself as an adult? What's that home like? I love these words. So it's taken me so long, and I'm still working on it. I believe that once and for all, it's high time we move into a safe house, a comfortable home, a loving home, a supportive one, an inviting, a caring one. And to do that, to pick up and move into that safe home, it doesn't cost a thing. You don't even have to hire movers. You don't have to put a deposit down, first or last. I'm going to start with this quote from Louise Hay. Let's see if it lands on you. Remember, you've been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. If the shoe fits, red and sparkly, try approving of yourself and see what happens. Yeah, I've just been with this. Yeah. Not ensuring, because I don't do it by design, but it sure happens, like stressfulness. It's a pattern. It's stress, stress in my home as a child, so I knew stress. I got shingles at the age of 13. That just doesn't happen. Just stress from the outer to the in. And then, stress and, getting through college really quick and then getting into a career called sales and marketing. Sales, got to hit the number every single time you hit the number. Thanks a lot, but hit another number, hit another number, hit another number, hit another number. For 23 years, I know stress. Getting to ministry. Woo! I thought I knew stress. I have to carry lysine with me now at times. I feel the fever blister come on. Why? Either I'm out in the sun too much or stress, anxiety. There's something that we hear around here quite a bit. It's called change your thinking, change your life. I hear there's a class starting tomorrow night with Dr. Peter Weldis on that. I would get in it. So we can change. We can reprogram ourselves. That's the great news. We can move into a new home inside ourselves. We can let go of self-criticism. It's very interesting. Peter will ask me, at the end of my day, well, how was today? And I have a long to-do list. And she'll say, how was it today? And I'll instantly start with, I didn't get done as much as I wanted to, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. She'll go, well, tell me something good about your day. And there it is. My home's not so loving, not so supportive. They say that we can practice things. Practice. And so I have a practical practice that you might want to take up. Each day, preferably at evening time before you go to sleep, make a list of the actions. You can even do thoughts, but actions that you took that demonstrate qualities, gifts, and talents you admire in yourself. What about making a list? Just begin to make a list today. These things, oh, well, I got this done. Or, I hugged this person. I listened to my intuition and magic happened. Whatever it is, at the end of each day, these are the things. So that we can practice seeing ourselves through the eyes of admiration and strengthen our self-confidence and our self-compassion to ourselves. To start making a home. A loving home. Self-compassion. We hear about compassion a lot, but how often do we hear about self-compassion? Oh, be compassionate to the other person. Well, what about self-compassion? Can we have self-compassion for ourselves? Here's 3 ways that we can do it. A non-judgmental awareness. Can we have non-judgmental awareness that cultivate awareness of ourselves that's without judgment? It's about acknowledging and accepting our own thoughts, our own emotions, without that harsh criticism. Well, I didn't get, you see, okay, without the criticism. We got that maybe enough as a child or in school or society or the messaging that's just, you got to look different, act different, shop different, drive different, be different, think different. Kindness towards oneself. Treat ourselves with the same kindness and compassion that we would offer others. This includes being understanding and gentle during moments that are of difficulty and suffering. Oh my gosh, I did not show up the way I wanted to in that moment. I didn't just stop, pause, breathe, get out my damn it doll. I do have one. And, but then, I not only apologize and have to be aware, but I have to have kindness to myself and say, yeah, there it was again, I didn't do it. But it's okay, Karen. You're aware. You're learning. You're growing. Better next time. Whatever it takes for that kindness towards oneself. And then connection to universal love, recognizing, as we talk about, there's an interconnectedness of all beings, right? And understanding that self-compassion is an expression of this universal love. When we do that as ourselves and for ourselves, we're actually in the universal love. I don't know about you, but I'm really good with this, but I'd leave this out. So when I practice universal love for myself, it fosters a sense of unity and compassion with you. You've probably heard this before, but I believe now, and it's time to be yourself because everyone else is taken. Embrace the beauty of standing out. For in the vivid tapestry of individuality, you find the true masterpiece of your authentic self. And it's not about fitting in, but about flourishing uniquely. Here's a question for you to ponder. What parts of you are you hiding? Are you suppressing? Are you wanting to change? Are you actually twisting yourself about into a pretzel to fit right in the norm? And just as you get there, I haven't done yoga in a while, just as you get there, the rules are changed. And you have to pretzel again. Throughout my adult life and my childhood, I've been told, you have too much big energy. So enthusiastic. And there's always something behind it. You're so enthusiastic. But there's something behind it. There was a time when I moved to California that I actually worked for 16 years to get rid of my Southern accent. Because I thought with that Southern accent, my IQ really tanked as soon as I said, howdy. And wouldn't you know it, just as people didn't think I had a Southern accent, I moved back to Dallas, Texas. And it's for shit now. Because it's Southern. I hear myself, how y'all doing? And I'm embracing it. Because that's who I am. I'm not going to hide that anymore. Now that That's sort of the easy one, maybe. There are things that we each have. I know you do, and if you don't, I'm so happy that you don't. I am. But there are things for me that are so hard to embrace and to not care what you think about me or how I show up. And the biggest one was when I grew up in the South in Tennessee, went to Mount Juliet High School. I don't know where this came about because it certainly wasn't my two parents, because my parents did not impose this upon me. I promise you this. But because I grew up in Mount Juliet, Tennessee in the South and went to high school, there was this thing that gay people are not good, right? That religious thing, right? And there came a time that there was rumors that my best friend, who was dating the guy that I was in love with, and she was using him because she was gay, still is. You know, there were rumors that she was gay, and her sister from college came and said, do you think Betty Ann, fictitious name, is gay? And I said, I don't know, I'll find out, because if I find out she is, I'm going to beat the ever-loving crap out of her. Came right out of my mouth in high school. And then as a freshman in college, I did date a football player. He got scared off by me. We won't say why, but, you know, he just didn't know what to do with me. And that officially became the last man that I dated. I didn't know that then. But this woman touched me on my shoulder, and it made me go gaga inside. And I was scared. I was freaking out scared. Because remember what I said to my best friend, and I called my dad, my best friend in the world, and I said, Dad, I think I might like women. And he said, well, honey, I like women. Why shouldn't you? And I went, oh my God, I could explore this. Who knew? And so, you know, I did. And as it turned out, and then, you know, things just kept happening. And some of y'all were here. And, you know, in my career of sales, I can't tell you how I twisted myself into a pretzel every time I was asked, what does your husband do? And I would answer the question, but I never said she. I told the truth, well, you know, but I said he. Pronouns do make a difference. And I was like, well, he does this and blah, blah, blah. And then I'll never forget, I was in medical device, see me twisting. I worked for a company in Berkeley. Berkeley. I couldn't even come out in Berkeley. And, you know, I'm twisting myself out into a pretzel. I'll never forget, we're at an orthopedic convention. These guys came up from Orange County, and he sat down and he said, I hate San Francisco because there's nothing here but queers. I'm sitting there across from him, my biggest customer, and the CEO, who knew I was gay and supported me. But I went, the only thing I knew how to say in the moment, God spoke through me and said, well, you know, not everyone here is gay. Which was a true statement, and left it alone. Wow. But, you know, my home was not safe. And then what happened? Oh, my God. I got asked to do ministry with Dr. Peter Weldis in Dallas, Texas, a place that said I'd never move back to. Got my southern accent back. Here I am in this community. And a year and a half, what happened? We fell in love, and then there it was. I'll never forget it. We were at the court council telling them that we had fallen in love. And I was shaken. I was freezing. I was like watching my body. I was aware. I was the witness. And she's talking, and I'm like, and I'm shaking, and I'm freezing. And I'm like, everybody's got to see me shaking. I don't know whether they did or not, but I was watching me, and I went, what is up with this? And I went, because you're not okay with being gay. And I went, oh, my God, because now I know science of mind, so within, so without. I went, oh, my God. If I don't get okay with this before I stand in front of you and God and everybody and say I've fallen in love with her, there's going to, if I'm not okay, they're not going to be okay. And I spent 2 weeks working on it's okay to be gay, to love another woman. So then what happened? 49 years old. In 2015, this person fully came out, stood on this very spot. Well, probably right about back here. She was standing here, stood on this very spot and said, I've fallen in love with her. And so it took me, not Berkeley, it took me living in Dallas, Texas, being an ordained, or not ordained yet, actually. Ooh, that was scary. Being a licensed minister fallen in love with a woman that's another minister in the same community in Dallas, freaking Texas, to come all the way out. Ironic, wasn't it? But guess what? I'm working on it again now. Because now we own Spirit Tours, and I travel all over the world, and I take people all over the world. And we backed off on Facebook. We took our middle name off Facebook. We took off, that we're partners, blah, blah, blah. Because I traveled to Egypt and Indonesia and Uganda and all these places. And I'm still wrestling with this. Am I going to twist myself in a pretzel yet again? Or am I going to be safe in my home as me? Now, another big area for a lot of people, it's probably not you. I'm working on it. There's a lot of judgment is the physical body. Criticism, critique, judgment, disgust. Here's one. I love this quote. And I said to my body softly, I want to be your friend. It took a deep breath and replied, I have been waiting my whole life for this. How can you be a better friend to your body? So accept your body. Love your body. As it changes and transforms, it's not going to stay the same. I sure know mine hasn't. Somebody, a leader in this community, told me what this person does as a practice, and I really love it. So after getting out of the shower or bath, stand in front of the mirror and say, I love my body. I love you. I love my body. Thank you for carrying me through my life today. Thank you for the heart. Thank you, heart, for beating constantly and strong. Lungs, thank you for breathing fully. Oh my gosh, joints, thank you for bending and moving. Skin, oh, I love my skin. It doesn't matter what the color is. I love my skin, Thank you for holding me all together. To step out of the shower and say, I love my body. But now this one is the one I really want you to know today. These are new quotes that I found prepping for this. How you love yourself is how you teach others to love you. No wonder it took me so long to find some unconditional love outside of one of my parents. Some of you have heard this, but I want you to do this now. I want you to take the past 6 months or year of your life, grab it up. I want you to hold it and think about it. Hold it and think about it. Last 6 months or year, pick one. 6 months, year of your life. And I want you, as you hold that, how many times have you told someone, I love you? Grab them. Come on. All the people in all the ways. I love you. How many times? You got that? Good. Now, same question. Same period of time. You're holding it here. How many times have you told yourself, I love you? There isn't a person I've met, unless you've heard this from me before, back in 2013 or sometime after, that isn't like this. And this is you saying, I love you. Here's a practice that works. Everybody has your birthday on a digital clock. Mine's 8/18. Everybody has your birthday, your month and day on a digital clock. Shout it out. Now, shout, your birthday. I love it. Now, from now on, every time you see your birthday on a digital clock, at least say, I love you. Inside, outside, it got to be after several years after doing this practice, I'd be in Target. I love you, Karen Fry. Peacher just smiles now. She sees it coming. Sometimes I'll stand around. It's 8:16. I'll be hanging out till 8:18, and I'll go, I love you, Karen Fry. I've started adding to it now. When I wake up every morning, it's the first thing I say inside myself. I love you, Karen Fry. I love you so much. Oh my gosh, I love you. And before I try to go to sleep. When my head hits the pillow, I do the same thing at night. So I've expanded it from beyond my birthday. And to remind me, because I'm not twisting myself into a pretzel anymore, I got a tattoo in Bali. It says, "Be love." And I pointed it intentionally at me. So I will have a safe haven and be at home as best I can and be love to me. Because I tend to do pretty well with y'all. Still got work to do on that too. Be your authentic spirit, human self. That was a big day. I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm going to get a tattoo. I don't care who sees it. I'm going to be me. Be your authentic spirit, human self. Ernest Holmes tells us that life has set the stamp of individuality on you. You are different from any other person who ever lived. You are an individualized center in the consciousness of God. You are individualized activity in the action of God. And Brené Brown says it this way: when you get to a place where you believe that love and belonging, meaning your worthiness, is a birthright and not something you have to earn, anything is possible. We're adults now. Some of us have been that for quite some time. We have the power to ensure that there's no place like home within each of us. There's no place like home. There's no place like home that's safe, supportive, secure, loving. Because we are the ones that have been here since we took our first breath. I am the one that has stuck with me, hasn't left me since I took my first breath. I am the one that's going to stay with me and remain with me until I take my last breath. After I take my last breath, I don't know what happens. But what I do know is I am the one that is always here at home as me. And it's high time that I continue to do my work to make it safe and supportive and loving. And I really want you to join me on this journey. The number one thing I've heard from people is, I don't feel worthy. Know ye not that ye are the temple of the living God? Ernest Holmes tells us the power within you is the same that holds the planets in space. We have that power to ensure there's no place like home, wherever we go, wherever we roam. How you love yourself is how you teach others to love you. What I know for you is you love yourself boldly, widely, bravely, consistently, abundantly, unabashedly, freely, fully, wholly. I believe that one thing will bring peace to our planet. I'm going to check in with you next time I come home to Dallas and see how safe your home is. And so it is.